Some people lose sleep worrying about money. Some people lose sleep thinking of embarrassing moments from their past. And some people lose sleep over the fear of not knowing what terrible event our world will have to deal with next. I, however, lose sleep over all those things, plus racking my brain wondering what the best movie of all time is. Some of you are thinking, Evan, that's impossible. It's completely subjective. And I would say screw off, because anything is possible. I've always believed when you're the best, you deserve something that shows it. The perfect example is the belt championship boxers get after defeating the champ. So I've created the WGM, World's Greatest Movie Belt. The best movie will get to wear the metaphorical belt until a superior movie comes along and takes it. The first movie up for discussion is Blood Diamond. Why is it first? Because I just rewatched it and I enjoyed it. Time to break down the tape. Let's talk about the reasons that it could be the best movie of all time. Starting with the plot. Because the bare minimum to be considered the best movie of all time is a well-crafted story. Here's a quick recap of this film. Blood Diamond tells the story of an unlikely partnership between Solomon Grundy, a Sierra Leone fisherman whose family is torn apart by rebel militia, and Danny Archer, a former mercenary turned diamond smuggler. They must work together to find a pink diamond worth millions of dollars. First off, I love when movies force people with nothing in common to work together. Even better if they have to go on a road trip. Solomon is the essential, hardworking, salt-of-the-earth family man. He doesn't have much money, but as long as his kids grow up to have better lives than him, he'll call his life a success. Meanwhile, all Danny wants to do is score enough money to spend the rest of his life drinking on the beach with hot babes. Essentially what Leonardo DiCaprio does 99% of the time in real life. Seeing them go from not trusting each other to actually becoming friends is heartwarming, I gotta admit. Another important aspect is the pacing. I never get bored with it despite my number of rewatches being in the double digits. Nothing can ruin a good movie faster than bad acting. Luckily, that's no issue here. Back in 2006, Leo starred in an Oscar-worthy movie where he uses a Southie accent. He wasn't satisfied though. Leo went ahead and starred in Blood Diamond, another Oscar-worthy movie, but this time he used a South African accent. To the surprise of no one, Leo killed it and was rewarded with a Best Actor nod. What was surprising is you could make an argument his co-star, Djimon Hounsou, outperformed him. Everyone has actors they love for no apparent reason. Hounsou is one of mine. This ended up being his most famous role, but I can imagine a world where he really took off and became a star. I believe if he had been born 15 years later, he would have had a more prominent career, including being the odds-on favorite to play Disney's Black Panther. At least he's had 2 supporting Oscar nominations, one of which was for this movie. Jennifer Connelly rounds out the top 3 billed cast. She plays the bleeding heart journalist who wants to shed light on the blood diamond industry. Connelly is a superb actress, but what really stands out is her on-screen presence. Whenever she's in frame, it is impossible to look away. I'd also like to give a shout out to Michael Sheen. He plays the executive trying to purchase all the blood diamonds he can get his grubby little hands on. He doesn't have many lines, but I can't picture a better face for a greedy diamond connoisseur. I don't expect every movie to have action, but if it does, it needs to be good. And once again, Blood Diamond succeeds. Every time I rewatch this movie, I forget how intense the gunfight sequences are. As someone who has never fought in a battle or been to Africa, I can say with certainty this is precisely what it looked like. On a side note, I always found it impressive Leo went from an actor best known for his looks to someone who's actually believable as a stone-cold killer. He handles it so well, I wonder what his older movies would have looked like if he had been packing heat. I imagine Titanic would have gone down differently if Jack could have used an Uzi on that iceberg. Any movie can be entertaining, it's child's play. But how many of them teach you a lesson? Not only does Blood Diamond have action, romance, redemption, suspense, and a dozen other nouns, it taught me diamonds are stupid, and making kids fight in wars isn't cool. Granted, I may have already known the second one, but I had no idea anytime you buy some bling, you have to wonder if that rock was dug up by someone with an AK-47 pointed at him. It's not good enough to have a message though, you need to present it in the right way. Blood Diamond tells you a story, and you learn about a part of the world much different from our own. It feels organic, where other films feel like they're preaching to you the whole time. Looking at you, Wally, we get it. We're all fat, lazy, and destroying the planet. I'm sorry. Here are some reasons Blood Diamond isn't the best movie of all time. Well, let's be honest, knowing the awful events in this film are based in truth makes parts tough to watch. You're ultimately left with a sense of hope in the end, but it's still a downer. I'd put Blood Diamond on the list of movies not to watch if you invite your crush over. Unless they're super political. In which case, you can spend the whole time saying things like, this is the true cost of our consumerism, or, I find the idea of making children soldiers cringe. It probably won't work, but it's worth a shot. Another issue with Blood Diamond is its missing iconic moments. When you're talking with your buddies about great movies, usually everyone can point to a few fun scenes and dissect why they're great. With Blood Diamond, I had a hard time even picking my favorite scene. I finally settled on the montage of Danny and Solomon bonding together. But when I asked a bunch of other people what their favorite scene was, I got an ample mix of answers. Finally, while it's by no means a requirement, having at least one quotable line is a plus. Blood Diamond doesn't have any. I've tried saying TIA to people a few times when things went wrong, but people just looked at me like I was a jackass. Which, while fair, is still hurtful. Alright, it's time for the final results. Is Blood Diamond the best movie of all time? Probably not, but it's the only movie I've reviewed, so it gets the belt by default. For now. Enjoy it while it lasts, champs. Do you think Blood Diamond is the greatest movie of all time? I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but let me know anyways.